Some languages survive in archives, some survive in museums, some survive only in ceremony. Tamil survives in households. It is spoken at breakfast tables, it is argued in marketplaces, it is printed in newspapers, it is typed into smartphones. More than 80 million people today can read it, write it, and speak it. But continuity is not an accident, continuity is a structure. To understand how Tamil survives, we must go back, not to poetry first, but to pottery. Long before literary academics, before royal patronage, before grammar treatises, there were marks on clay. Excavations at sites such as Sivakalai, Keeladi, Adichanallur, and Kodumanal have revealed inscriptions written in what scholars identify as Tamil Brahmi. Those inscriptions appear on pottery shards, on burial urns, on trade goods. They are not elaborate epics, they are names, ownership marks, identifiers, fragments of daily life. Carbon dating at Sivakalai has suggested early timelines reaching into the first millennium BCE. At Keeladi, urban settlement layers indicate structured habitation, craft specialization, and literacy beyond royal elites. Writing here is not ornamental, it is functional. That distinction matters because when writing appears in trade networks and burial context, it suggests diffusion, not restriction. Tamil at its earliest visible stage was not merely ceremonial, it was embedded in society. There are also findings from Qusir al-Qadim in Egypt, storage jars bearing Tamil Brahmi inscription, suggesting maritime trade across the Red Sea during the early centuries BCE. This does not prove dominance, it proves participation. Tamil speaking traders were part of larger Indian Ocean networks. Language traveled because commerce traveled. And this is the first lesson of continuity. A language survives when it is useful, not when it is glorified. Inscriptions alone do not create civilizational endurance. Structure does. Between roughly the last century BCE and the early centuries CE, Tamil moves from fragment to framework. Rock-cut cave inscriptions such as those at Mangulam record donations, affiliations, and political references. Language begins to enter public institutional space. Around this period emerges one of the most significant intellectual works in the Tamil tradition, the Tolkappiyam. The Tolkappiyam is not mythology, it is grammar. It systemizes phonetics, morphology, poetics, and social categories. It defines linguistic order. When a language writes grammar, it stabilizes itself. It becomes teachable, transferable, and reproducible. Alongside this, grammatical consolidation develops the body of literature known as the Sangam corpus, a collection of poems exploring love, war, ethics, land, kingship, and interior life. These works demonstrate literary sophistication. They show thematic layering. They reveal political geography and emotional nuance. But what matters structurally is this: Tamil did not evolve by replacing its earlier form. It layered over it. Tamil Brahmi adapted into later scripts such as Vattelithu and eventually into the modern Tamil script. The visual form changed, the structural continuity did not. And here lies the second lesson of continuity. Adaptation preserves identity better than rigidity. Languages that freeze become ceremonial. Languages that adapt remain living. Tamil adapted without dissolving. Empires shifted across South India. Pandya, Chola, and Chera, later sultanates, even European colonial administrations. Political authority transformed repeatedly. Tamil did not vanish between regimes. Medieval temple inscriptions continued recording land grants, taxation details, endowments, and local administration. The language remained embedded in record keeping. In 1578, one of the earliest printed Tamil books, Thambiran Vanakam, was produced. Palm leaf manuscripts transitioned into print. Later, newspapers expanded circulation. Education standardized literacy. Printing democratized access. The medium changed, the language did not. In 2004, the Government of India formally recognized Tamil as a classical language, acknowledging its documented antiquity and independent literary tradition. But recognition is not preservation. Usage is preservation. Today, Tamil is spoken not only in Tamil Nadu but also in Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Singapore, and across global diaspora. It exists in cinema, in software localization, in digital keyboards, in coding forums, and in global migration corridors. Tamil did not require revival because it never fully disappeared. It moved forward. That is the third lesson of continuity. A culture remains relevant when it participates in modern systems, education, technology, commerce, and digital communication. Heritage that isolates itself becomes nostalgia. Heritage that integrates becomes future. Tamil's endurance is not mystical, it is structural. First, it embedded itself in daily life, trade, burial, identity. Second, it codified itself through grammar and literature. Third, it adapted through political change and technological transformation. Stone to palm leaf to print to digital screen. At no point did it rely solely on memory. It relied on systems. And this is the broader lesson, not just for Tamil, but for any cultural tradition. Preservation is not repetition. Preservation is participation. If you want your heritage to survive, document it, teach it, standardize it, adapt it. Let it enter modern institutions. A culture remains alive not because it is ancient, but because it is active. Tamil is ancient, but more importantly, Tamil is continuous.